Libbie Janse van Rensburg. Famously known as Libbie, that's how we know her. Libbie, welcome to Coffee with Bee.
Thank you so much, Bee. Thanks for having me.
Libbie, big year. Olympics is on its way. HSBC, am I saying it right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Series, sevens, so let's talk sevens. First of all, going back to the series. You've played in the beginning, had the injury, came back at the end. What was that experience like?
It was a long 5 months for me. It was the first time that I sustained such a serious injury in my 10 years of playing rugby, so I'm quite fortunate in that sense. First operation ever as an adult. So there was a lot of firsts for me with this injury, and first time that I had to do such extensive rehab, and you get to know a lot about yourself in those times. I think rehab is a very dark place, it's a very lonely place. You have people supporting you along the way, but in the end it's just you in the gym, it's just you on the field when you have to start running again. So it was definitely a long journey, and I had such FOMO every time the girls toured, going to all of these fantastic destinations. I missed it. I feel like I did miss out a little bit, but everything happens for a reason, and I'm fortunate enough to be healthy now and in contention for the Olympics. So that's, I think, sort of the silver lining on the dark cloud for me.
Yeah. What was it like playing on that platform of the
HSBC 7 series? Look, that first game going to Dubai Sevens, Dubai has a very close spot in my heart. Like I mentioned, it was I played my first Dubai tournament with Tux, and I played my 10th Dubai tournament in the Springbok jersey.
Oh.
So it's like gone. It took 10 years to get me there in the Springbok jersey, but it's a very, very special place for me. First game there, played against New Zealand. I think no one thought we would do what we did, and we came so close to winning that game.
It was close, eh?
That game for me that's like what I'm riding on still even today. It's just the fact that we were so close. We scored first, we were in their faces, they didn't expect it, and that's what's giving me confidence going into the Olympics as well. I think going into the series, we were the underdogs, we didn't have anything to prove or whatever, and I think that is maybe also what gave us the edge. I do think though that if we won that first game, our series would have looked a lot different as well. Going into the Olympics, I think we're a sleeping giant. If you look at our track record throughout the series, we've been great one tournament, then a little bit down the next one, then great again. So it's been an up and down.
You did mention that it's going to be the first Women Sevens team being able to go and fortunate to go, because there's been other teams that has qualified. The qualifying journey. It is becoming African champs, which of course the sevens team has done previously, also being the African champs and then qualifying for Olympics, but not being able to go. I do think this is probably also now that little bit of pat on the shoulder to say we're starting to believe and trust in women's rugby now that
I think the growth that women's rugby has shown over the past years is definitely also a contributing factor to the fact that they are sending us women's rugby. I think just last year in South Africa really went, the sevens and the 15s started growing so much, and I think in the future, should there be qualifiers again, I believe that the country is starting to buy into women's rugby and starting to back the sports a little bit more. So I hope that in the future we don't again sit in a situation where teams are qualifying and not being allowed to go, because there are ladies that have grafted before us, worked so hard, got the opportunity, but then didn't get to go. So I think we also have to, pay respect to them and remember them when we go, because it was their hard work as well, the same as we are still grinding away now, but they sort of started it for us. So we just have to continue building on it to make sure that in the future when teams qualify, that there isn't even a question about whether a team should be going or not. They should already be planning and budgeting and kitting the people and sorting that stuff out. Yeah.
You did mention the dietitian though, so just coming back to preparing for mammoth occasions like the Olympics, it's big, the 7th series, World Cups, or just a normal game. what does your preparation look like in terms of physical training preparation, mental preparation, eating correct, whatever that is? Yeah, can you share?
Look, I think the system has a good way of wherever we have our training camps, they give us a food selection that's relatively healthy. So it's difficult for you to decide that you want to eat something else. Because if that's what they're giving you, that's what they're giving you. You have to, eat for performance, basically. I think in terms of the physical, when we go into the preparation camp now for Olympics, it's definitely going to be high tempo, intense, more so than when we get closer to the time of the Olympics. That's when our training will start to be tapered a little bit, because obviously you want to peak when we are in that tournament. So going into camp, it'll definitely be a little bit of a more intense camp, and then following that, it will focus more on game scenario kind of things, set plays, going through those kind of things. I think in terms of mental preparation, I think it's important to not get too ahead of ourselves or not to get too excited. It's a big moment for everyone. Like I said, we all first times. No one can say that they have experience with this. It's all of our first times going there, so there's going to be a lot of learning from a team and a management point of view when we get there as well. So I think for now, everyone just needs to first focus on yourself, focus on your processes, and then if every player can focus on themselves and we come together as a group, then everything should flow, relatively well. And I think, especially now, we don't want to get frantic with things or start overthinking things, because it is going to be important for us to be in a zen state when we get there, to be calm, to trust the system, to trust each other. So I think this last month now is going to be so important for our team dynamics on and off the field, to find things that we can help each other with, to ease a little bit of nerves. One day I might be very nervous and the next day someone else might be a little bit nervous. So just the nerves is definitely going to be there the whole time. We just have to figure out how to manage it.
Olympics, what are you looking forward to?
Just the Olympics.
You're going to be an Olympian!
Everything. The first, just to know that there's going to be a small group of us that can say that we were the first Women Sevens Olympians. Irrespective of what the results are, we're going to compete, but I think it's a very historic moment.
Yes.
Our names are forever going to be in the history books. So I think just everything about the Olympics, I've been following them on Instagram and stuff, and I saw when they put the rings on the tower, stuff like that's so exciting. And I've seen the dining areas, 3 rugby pitches big, and there's everything you can choose to eat. So we're even having a dietitian workshop to discuss eating at the
Don't
Olympics.
take everything.
Because that place is so big. I think if you walk in and you first want to look what everything is, you're going to spend 3 hours in the dining hall and you haven't eaten yet. So no, it's very exciting. I'm looking forward to rubbing shoulders with really some of the best athletes in the world. I mean, not just rugby players, but the other athletes, track and field, swimmers, gymnasts. It's crazy. It's a little bit overwhelming, but I'm really excited.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me, Libbie. It's an honor and always nice to see you.
Yeah, thank you.